Hey guys, so this is my December wrap-up, and these are all the books I read in December. The first book I read was This Is Not a Test by Courtney Summers. I love this book. It was one of my favorite books of 2012, and I gave it a 5 out of 5 stars, and it was just like an episode of Walking Dead. Like, a whole bunch of stuff was happening, people are dying, and it was just action-packed for me. And I'll read you one of my favorite little passages from the book. They also don't tell you about how you can share your deepest secrets with someone, kiss them, and the next hour it's like there's nothing between you because not everything can mean something all the time, or you'd be crushed under the weight of it. So I love that. I love this book, and I recommend it. The next book I read was the first in the series, and I read 4 books in the series this month, and it was Cirque du Freak: A Living Nightmare by Darren Shan, and I've had this copy since 5th grade, so you've probably never seen this cover before, but it was just really good, and it was a good beginning to the series, and I wouldn't say it was my favorite in the series so far, but I still enjoyed it, and I gave it a 4 out of 5 stars. The next book I read this month was Cirque du Freak: The Vampire's Assistant, and this was the second book in the series, and I really love this cover. I love this book. It was probably my favorite one out of the 4 I've read this month, and it was just action-packed. Someone died, which I didn't expect because this is, I think, for a younger audience, and I was just like, what? But someone died. And I'm just really enjoying this series, and I'm just really enjoying Darren Shan's writing. So I gave it a 5 out of 5 stars, and it was probably one of my favorite reads this month, and I really recommend starting this series. The next book I read is the 3rd book in the Cirque du Freak series, and it's called Tunnels of Blood. This one was also just as good, but not as good. But I still gave it a 5 out of 5 stars, and I can't really tell you about any of these really because you'll just have to pick up the series. The next book I read was a book that a lot of people liked, but I didn't really enjoy it as much, and it was Wake by Lisa McMann. And I gave it a 3 out of 5 stars because I didn't really enjoy the author's style of writing, and the story was a really good concept that could have gone far in my opinion, but she didn't go far with it, I feel like. And I am not going to be picking up the second book, sadly. The next book I read was a short read, and it was Ezio Chopped by Roald Dahl. And I just enjoy the illustrations of this book, and I haven't read them in a while, and I just really enjoyed this. And look, the illustrations are just so nice. And I gave this a 4 out of 5 stars. So the next book was one of my top anticipated reads of 2012, and I'm really glad I got to it before the year was over. And it's City of Bones by Cassandra Clare. I really enjoyed this book. I gave it a 4 out of 5 stars because I really liked how it was written. I liked the storyline. It was really unique, and the only thing that kind of annoyed me was Clary, but I got over it, and it just ended up being a really good book. The next book, I'm really thankful that someone commented on my Friday reads and told me that they were reading it or they were about to read it, and it's Shift by Jennifer Bradbury. Oh my god, one of my favorite books of 2012. It was just something that reminded me of John Green, kind of, and it was just a really good read. It's about these 2 boys. They go on this cross-country bike ride, and basically one of them makes it home and the other one doesn't, but he's not aware that his other best friend didn't make it home. So there's an investigation going on. The other boy's father had hired an FBI guy, and it just goes back and forth between the past and present, and it's just a really good book, and just go pick it up right now, please, because just look at the cover. The cover's amazing, the book was amazing. The next book I read was the 4th book in the Cirque du Freak series, and it's Vampire Mountain. You probably saw this in my haul, and Amazon accidentally sent me this cover, but I still read it anyway, and I'm still going to keep it, and I really enjoyed this one, and I can't wait to pick up the 5th book because it just ended in a total cliffhanger. So the last book I read was Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, and it is by Roald Dahl, and his illustrations are just so nice. Just look, so nice. And I can see why the newer movie that came out is just so close to the book because the illustrations and the way that the characters are dressed is just exactly like the movie. So I really enjoyed this, and I gave it a 4 out of 5 stars. The book I'm currently reading right now is Wake by Amanda Hawking, and I'm that far in right now, so I'm really enjoying it so far, and I know that Phil said he really liked it, so I know I'm gonna like it because we like the same sort of books. So yeah, I think I'm gonna finish this today. So yeah guys, that's what I read in December, and Wake is what I'm currently reading. So if you've read these books, let me know and comment below, and thanks for watching guys. Bye.